And if you're cutting them off, you're never getting to the other side. And you don't know what God has for you on the other side. So I'm glad that you're starting to see that you don't necessarily have to cut people. That makes sense? Now, I'm not talking about an abusive situation or like anything like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Saying like that attitude of that ego that just wants to.
You reading your book, Ronnie?
You have to get to the root of why.
Okay.
No guilt.
Here's your book.
Okay. What is that? What is that? Why did they do that? So I would cut people.
Okay, so we are live. All right.
For me. But it's all about how you respond, so right?
Hello.
I would cut people off because I was cutting you off so that you can.
All right, it is 8:19, and we're gonna go ahead.
I was cutting you off before you.
Hold on. All right, she's reading her book now, so let me go ahead and press record. Let me see if do I look decent enough to come on camera. Yes, I do. It's not a bonnet. It is my scarf. So, yes. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and press record. Hold on a second. Okay, it's a box, Lonnie. It's a box. Hold on one second. We're gonna get started. Hold on. Okay, Remy's not here. All right. All right, Lonnie. There's a doggy in here.
Get through this real quick now.
All right, guys, I want to welcome everybody to our Superwoman Around the Globe University Empowerment Call. It is your girl, Theron, the founder and creator of all things Superwoman Still Standing. And that's also the Superwoman Around the Globe University, aka Swagu. So today is our first Sunday of the month of August call, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be a little loud in here. 'Cause I do have my grandbaby, and normally she's getting pushed in the stroller, but she's not feeling well today, so this is where she wants to be, and she don't want to go to nobody else today. So this is she will be part of our call today. But I'm just excited for everybody that will listen to this live and to the recording. Today's topic is let me see what I put again was don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. And we're really going to talk about the it. But as always, we always begin with prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for allowing us to see the eighth month of this year, God, this eighth month. We thank you for each and every one that will listen to this live and to the recording, God, that you continue to bless them in their home. Bless them, God, from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet, God. May they continue to operate in those tags, those talents, abilities, gifts, and strength that you had given them, God, and may they do so and don't let anything stop it. In your most holy name we pray. Amen. Amen. So today's topic is don't let it stop you. It don't let it stop you. I know that we are living in a information age, and also I don't know what you want to call it. I say information age, but also where we can see everything age, where we see a lot of people's highlights versus their lowlights, and so we think that people can have unsolicited comments um, and solicited to you. They're unsolicited, but they solicit that advice, those comments to you, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean it's not necessary for them to be mean. And so what I was say with this, I did a live on Saturday because I actually had a dose of confidence. So I put on the title was I had a dose of this, and the dose was of confidence on Thursday when I spoke to my business coach. And she was like, I see you not showing up like you normally do, and I normally was. And I wasn't showing up like I was, going live and different things. And I realized, like, I was like, oh, I can't go live. Oh, I need to go live and I lay down. Or I can't go live because my makeup ain't done. Or I can't go live because of what subconscious of what people were saying. And my coach, she was like, and I realized one, they're not really my target audience per se. They're my age bracket, but they're not really my target audience per se. Got some value going on. Hold on a second, turn TV off. That it's extra volume. Hold on, y'all. TV. Who popped the TV on, man? Yeah, TV on. Too much noise. All right, sorry about the extra noise. But talking to talking to the coach, and she was like, next time they go live, because some people have mentioned that, oh, there, you were on live and you ain't had no makeup on, or I saw you do a video and you could see some of your gray edges, and there, I don't think that really bothered me because okay, that's fine. Y'all noticing the wrong things, and these are the type of people that notice and comment on the wrong things. And I was letting that. That's the it. I was letting that keep me from showing up and impacting lives. And the coach was like, "Fuck them." She was like, next time they, and I realized like they don't even go live. She was like, next time they say something or say whatever little comment, then you need to like be like, okay, do you notice your grades the next time that you go live? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, you don't go live. And so we have to watch out for some of the comments that people that maybe in your circle that may be talking to you may have, and subconsciously it gets to you and keeps you from doing you, keeps you from showing up. And I want to really discuss today. I don't have no key points per se on this. I'm about not letting it stop you, and that it could be different other things. For me, the it was what somebody has to say that's not don't really watch my videos like that. And I want you to moving forward in these next 4 months to think about the lives that are impacted if you don't show up. And that was something I had to start to deal with is like, Darren, you're not really showing up like you should. I'm letting other stuff now. I had some problems prior to with my oldest son, and that kind of stopped me because he'll come in there and not that I'm embarrassed. My son is my son. He has little mental issues that he needs to, to work on, and he is slowly working on that. But okay, go get the doggy. But little stuff will bother me from making my lives to appear good. And so that type kind of stopped me from doing that impact that I know that I am going to make, if that makes sense. I know my talents, my abilities, my gifts and strength, and I'm learning them even more and learning to strengthen that. And I had to realize that I had to show up to impact lives. And so whatever you do, and whether it's in your business, whether it's in your career, whether it's at church, people do make little comments here or there, and that sometimes would keep you maybe from praying, out loud, and being a service. Sometimes that may keep you from showing up at your job as strong as you should be able to show up. And so don't allow it to stop you. For me, my it was uh, what people had to say. And so that gave some, not doubt of who I am, just showing up physically, but also it can be doubt. Doubt can keep you doubt can keep you from showing up. No, ma'am. Doubt can keep you from showing up. It can keep you from showing up from the doubts that you have in your head. Oh, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I've had that. Nobody wants to hear what I say. What I'm saying is not important, or what everybody knows what I have. Everybody knows what I know. So therefore, there's no point in me showing up or speaking. There's no for me of posting this post because people may already know about this information. But don't allow it doubt to stop you. What we have to realize is God put stuff in us for not only for ourselves but for other people, and we think we know that other what other folks know about us, but they do not. A lot of folks don't know what you know. That funny meme. It could be something so simple as sharing a funny meme. It could be that funny meme that you like, and but you see it floating around Facebook, but or Instagram, but somebody else might not be able to see that funny meme, and that could brighten up somebody's day. That could brighten somebody's day up. It's the simple things like that that keep us from doing it. So don't let it stop you. Don't let things stop you from showing up. I could have not showed up today, but with the grandbaby, she's right here. This is my birthday weekend. Didn't get a chance to do what I wanted to do because it was supposed to rain in Florida. But you know what? I'm not still not gonna let that stop me from showing up. Still not gonna let that stop me in my mind, because a lot of times we allow a lot of things to stop us. We allow a lot of things to stop us from showing up really how we're supposed to, playing full out. And I realized that as I'm going through um, a new season, and I want to pause right there when I'm talking about new seasons. And I want to ask you, do you feel the season change in your life? I know we have different, they call it seasons or cycles. And so there are nine cycles that we go through in our life. And then it goes back to the same next cycle and you learn something different. And some people's cycles go from year to year, calendar year, from like January to February. Or some people goes from, what are you doing? And some goes from, oh, one second. And some go from birthday to birthday. Some people's cycle goes from birthday to birthday. And so I want you to think about your season, because I felt about a week or so ago, I'm like, why do I always feel like this during the times that my birthday comes up? And I realized that I'm feeling the changes of my human being part of the cycles before my birthday. So my cycle or my season goes from birthday to birthday, August to August. And so I can feel a change of the season or the life cycle that I'm going through. And so when you're going through these different seasons in your life, you have to ask yourself questions. You have to ask yourself questions, because I believe a lot of people think that after life after 40 is like going downhill, but it's not. And it's all about we are living in our midlife. We are going through our midlife, and more of the talents and stuff that God has given us before is coming out now. All right. My fingers right here, Lonnie. Um, but yeah. Do we have any comments? And we just coming on. We were talking about not letting it stop you, and it could be confusion. We talked about doubt. Really, doubt is a lot of things that will stop you from doing the talents, the gifts, and strength that God has given you. Or also seeing it could be like, oh, I see so many other people doing it, whether it's selling clothes, whether it's speaking, whether it's taking pictures, whether it's like traveling and talking about it, doing a podcast, or just talking about your life experience. That can stop you from doing that when really God wants you to share who you are to help somebody else. So, do we have any, Miss Katie? Did you comment? Any comments? Or how do you handle it? How do you handle the it that can stop you?
Hey, so Theron, yes. So when and Lisa's listening too. We're together, so she's listening, and so. when you were talking about it that was stopping you in particular, one of the things that I know when people make comments like that, a lot of times it's because of their insecurities, because they see you doing things that they wish they could do, or they don't think they or have the ability to do. And so people make crazy comments about different things like that. But for me, normally, um, I always remind myself, like you said, to think about the lives that are impacted if you don't show up. I always remind myself that there's people that God has called you to reach. So you need to show up for them, even if it's only one person, or even as you're live, even if no one comes on your live, that doesn't mean that they are not going to, people aren't going to be able to see it later or won't tune into it later. Because I found out, for some reason, I can't see how all the people that come across my lives sometimes. And on a couple of different occasions, I've had different people tell me, oh, I enjoy watching your live broadcasts and different things like that, but I could never see that they were actually watching. And then I was doing something one day, and I was just going back and trying to download my different recordings, and I was seeing 100 views, 200 views, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, so people are going back watching. They don't leave comments. They don't let you know. But I remember at the same time, I do the same thing. I'll watch your stuff and I won't comment. I won't, make any noise on there to let you know that I'm there or that I've looked at it. And so I have to think about too, the way I respond or react or reach out to people, that that in a way is sowing a seed, so you are receiving your harvest from that, even though it's not the type of harvest you want to see. But you don't always know when people are watching you, so you have to be mindful of that. But I don't really let anything stop me unless I start slipping into depression. And then it's a fight. That is definitely a fight for me to do. And even with that, I will still get up and I'll do whatever it is I'm supposed to do publicly. And then I will go back into a place that I probably shouldn't go into. But I do the work, and then I go back into that place. So that for me is is definitely a fight, especially when I know that the depression is there. But sometimes I don't always realize it until I'm like kind of in. So it's a struggle for me to kind of get out of it. And then when you were talking about the seasons, there is one season that I began to recognize in my life, my season of creativity. It usually happens in the fall. And because I've never considered myself a creative person, but for some reason around September, October, November, I just want to do stuff like arts and crafts and paint and, all kinds of stuff like that. So probably about 3 years ago, I began to recognize that's my season of creativity. So I try to do as much as I can during that time of the year, because then it begins to wane off when I start going into other times of the year. So I really haven't been able to identify like all the 9 cycles. I do know that my summer season, like if you think about going through spring, summer, fall, and winter, those times of my life tend to last for about 7 years. And then I'll go into something that, like, there's a spurt of stuff summer season, and then after the summer season everything starts to die down, and it's like a 7-year time frame that I go through those different things. And God revealed that to me, I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago. So I still try to push through during those different times. So what I'm doing now is there's a couple of scriptures in the Bible that I'm using for affirmations in Jeremiah, in the book of Psalms, telling you that you are going to constantly produce fruit, that you're going to constantly produce things. So to get me out of that, okay, now this is my fall season. So, in the fall, everything looks like it's dead. Everything's underground. You're not it doesn't look like you're being productive and doesn't look like things are growing, but a necessary process is still happening. But I just have to kind of push myself to push through during those, what would be considered my fall season or my winter season, so that I can just keep going. Because look, sometimes it be rough out in these living by faith streets.
It do though.
It be rough in these living by faith streets when you're not seeing everything that you want to see happening, and you're putting the work in. But then for me, God is constantly showing me people, and they're giving their testimonies. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. And now they're seeing how it's flourishing and stuff like that. So I just, that really helps me to keep pushing. I don't compare myself to them, and I don't try to do things the way they do them, but it's just the longevity and the consistency and the persistence that they've had in staying faithful to whatever it is that God has told them to do.
Yeah, and the funny that you mentioned that, 'cause I was going to talk about like what you say, those seeds that you produce, because I was talking to a friend and I told the girl, I said, remember that house? Because I feel a shift is coming. But I told the girl, I said, remember that house in the Jacksonville area? At that time, I was looking really, really, I thought that was my time to really, really go to Jacksonville. And I said, everything's in God's timing, because I'm like, am I speaking stuff before, before the time? But I just was looking over some old photos on my phone from 2017, and I had said at my mouth, I said, okay, I found out that house got sold. I said, you know what? I said, it's probably not my time. They are just going to keep and maintain the house for me, because it's got to be maintained, right? I said, it's got to be kept and maintained. And lo and behold, today, I went ahead and put the address on Google, and it just came on for sale 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. You sound like Dr. Miles Monroe when he said, people maintain our stuff, and then when it's time for us to get it, we just tell the kingdom government that the owner has need of whatever that thing is now. But I remember he said that people maintain our stuff for us, and then when it's time for us to use it, then God will release it. We let God know it's time, and then he releases it to us to use.
Right. And so I do believe that whole, because I was like, you know what? I was thinking about that, even though it may be some time. I don't believe I believe the time is really coming soon. And so I was like, I was just excited to even think about, you know what? I spoke that. I said, okay, God. I said, they just maintained, they sold it, but they just maintained it for the right time.
Yep.
And today, I believe nothing happens by coincidence. I just looked on it today. I looked at the photo on my phone, went to go ahead and went and Googled it, and there it was for sale, like within the past couple of days. Past couple of days. And so even with that, God was telling me just about just with process. I know that we may speak some things
talk about process.
Sometimes we think about things before it's time, and I'm like, everything does have a process. Because I just was at a baby shower last week, and I thought about the process. Okay, the process that it takes to do a baby, or it's so quick to make a baby, right? And then it's 40 weeks. I don't know why we say 9 months. That's 10 months, right? 4 weeks.
That's 10 months. Yeah.
We say 9, but it's 10 months.
It's 10 months. I don't know what I've thought about that before.
Well, the whole process of pushing the baby out, for all the systems and the stuff to develop for that child to come out, right? And so God, I was just thinking about that, because my friend, she lost her baby, and I'm thinking, and we just had a baby shower last Saturday, and she just lost her baby this week.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, and I was just thinking about all the processes and the not the expectations, but the planning and the nesting and all that type of stuff that you do prior to the arrival. And that's even with our dreams and the words that we speak, the seeds. I'm like, even though we want the stuff to happen now, oh, I'm a millionaire now, or we think about, the things that we're going to have, but God sent us daily reminders, because I see my dream car I'm like, God, you trying to remind me that my car is coming soon? I just be happy. I see my Escalade about 3 times a day. at least a couple times a week. Sometimes I'm at daily, but it seems like it's every day. I see my car every day, a couple times, and it's just a reminder. And God wants to remind us about things, and for us to be happy where we are right now. In order for we be even better happy, if that makes sense, if that's even a word, better happy when we get the things that we have been planting those seeds. So yeah. Did anybody else want to have any comments on here? But back before we close, but back to don't let it stop you. Sometimes we can. I know Katie was talking about the depression. The depression kind of will stop you from, well, not stop you, pause you. It's really more of a pause. Because I know when I get my depression mode too, my room looks how it looks right now. And that's why I'm in the middle of cleaning up because I feel um that's being lifted off of me. Um yeah, that depression mode is being lifted off of me. And then you can tell you need to just pay attention to how you are in your cycles, and then when you come out of it. And so today was really a good day. I was just okay. Even though I didn't get to spend my birthday weekend how I really want to, but we can't always dwell on what we said we want, because at the end of the day, God's in control. God's plans are the ones that come out, and we just have to be thankful for that. So that's all I really wanted to talk about this week. So don't let it stop you. Continue to push on. And sometimes we just we're so stuck on a okay, we're so stuck on man's time or society's time versus God's time, and which we know is two totally different timings. Even though we want that stuff now, or we want to see the manifesting of our seeds, or we want to feel like what we're feeling, whether we're saying we're wealthy, we're healthy, we are of abundance, whatever affirmation or declaration that you say, it does take some time for you to actually feel powerful. Or 'cause one of my things I say I am powerful, which is in dope, disciplined, organized, powerful, and an executor. And so the discipline is coming slowly, but I can't get disappointed because I'm not all the way disciplined how I have it in my mind. But it's going to come to pass. It is going to come to pass. And I had to think about there, and I'm still doing some of the habits I've did. Been I'll be celebrating 42 years of life tomorrow, but I'm still doing some of the habits. But God is slowly getting those habits off of me, and I have to realize you have to give yourself grace. I don't care how long it takes. You still have to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, along with giving other folks grace as well. So this week, give yourself grace as we go through the August, September, October, November, December, last 5 months of the year. Thank you, Katie. As you go through the wait a minute, as you go through the last 5 months of the year, give yourself grace. 2022 is a new year. 222, the year of the it's gonna be the year of the six, 246, the year of the six. Um, that's all I want. I hope y'all have a great month. This month of August. It's a great number. Eight to make it great. That's what I say. Eight to make it great. Thank you,
Hey,
Lisa.
Sarah, you know what else I was thinking about this morning? August 1st, meaning August is the 8th month. It's the eight is the number of new beginnings.
That's it. New
And the
begin. That's
word
it. New begin. That's it. That's it.
in August actually means consecrated.
Oh,
And then if you add the numbers for 2021 together, you get the number 5, which means grace. So we're actually in a year of grace that people
mhm.
don't realize. And I think a lot of people have not taken advantage of it. I know we're in the dispensation of grace, but for the year 2021 is actually a year of grace also. I had wrote it down this morning. Let me see, because there was something else. Grace is representative of no, the number 5 is representative of grace, redemption, and God's goodness. And August is representative of consecration. And 1 is representative of unity, oneness, priority, and primacy. So that is going to be my focus for this, because I'm asking God to show me what new things I'm supposed to be starting, or things I'm supposed to be starting over. And I believe he's given us a different kind of grace when we are moving purposely to do those things, stepping out and doing those things that he has told us to do, especially those things that we may not think we can do or should be doing for different reasons right now. So
Oh yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I forgot about we are in the year of 5.
mhm.
Yeah, we are in the year of 5. His grace. Well, thank you for that so much. Is there anything else? I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Remember September is the month to remember. So this month, all this month, I was talking about Superwoman Still Standing, 9/8 day, and just get in preparation for September, the month to remember you as a Superwoman that is still here and still standing for your purpose. So help me spread out the word this month so we can have a great day on 9/8. 9/8 is going to be a virtual day. I'm still having just say a prayer that nothing extra happens in the next month and 11 days, because I said I don't care what happens after the 12th or the 11th. God, don't go on lockdown. Don't do nothing until after September the 11th. For my event, I'm still gonna have my event. Matt, we're gonna people. It's not gonna be required, but just highly encouraged to wear your mask for for my expo on September the 11th, and then the event on the sip and paint on that Friday, and the self-care brunch. So just pray that the lockdown or nothing extra happens. It happens after that, okay? After. But that is it. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all next Saturday. Sunday, next Sunday. Sorry, next Sunday.
Good night.
Good night. Hello. Hello.